So, as they say, don't aim for success if you want it. Just do what you love and believe in, and it will come naturally to you. And we have one kid who got success and happiness yesterday. His name is Jonathan. Very, very warm welcome, Jonathan. And his father is also there with us, Jacob Sir, on Supergrads YouTube channel for making it big. Yes, he got All India rank 50 in IIM Indore, and today he is with us celebrating his success. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Feeling very happy after hearing the good news yesterday. Um, I still haven't really processed it fully, but yeah, it feels good.
Congratulations to you too, Jacob sir. We believe as an organization that parents have more role to play in the success of children than children themselves. So congratulations to your entire family for that particular part. Would like to understand
Thank you,
yesterday
sir.
what
Thank you
were
so
you
much.
doing? Both of you were doing that point of time when you got to know this big news, and how did you celebrate that?
Yeah, so yesterday was actually my cousin's wedding. So we were already celebrating before hearing the news. But then when we heard that the results came out and that I got selected, that was like having a double celebration at that point of time. So it
Okay,
was a
double
really
celebration
fun
over
day
there.
yesterday.
Okay. And
Yeah.
was it an emotional moment for you, Jacob, sir? Because a child getting such a big accolade for you at your home now. So he has brought some laurels to your home. So how do you feel currently?
It is one of the biggest gifts a parent can have when your child does well and uh, and lives up to his or her own dream. And
Right.
so, definitely, it was a very emotional moment for us as a family, and for the extended family also, because we were all in a wedding and everyone was around. So it was a big time of celebration as well as it was an emotional moment.
The purpose of bringing this particular episode for the current set of audiences is going back to the journey. So, the journey is really important. So, yeah, success comes. It may not come to many of the students, but this journey is really important because a lot of the students are watching you right now, Jonathan, and they would like to learn from you. So, let's start. When did you get to know about IPM? In which particular year, and how did you start preparing with Supergrads?
Yeah, so I got to know about IPM when I was in the 11th grade.
Okay.
I took commerce with math in class 11 and 12. So when I was discovering what my opportunities were, one of the things that I found was the IPM program, which fascinated me. And also, my elder sister too took the same path. So she was an inspiration for me in that regard. And it was when I finished class 11, I saw this post for the All India mock of Supergrads, and I thought I'll just give it a shot, also to try and see where I stand in terms of my preparation as well. And I did fairly well in that, and the team was also gracious enough to give me a part scholarship at the time. So it was then that I joined Supergrads, and I've never looked back ever since.
We wanted to involve parents in this particular sessions primarily because it's very, very important to have a conducive environment at home, and it has to be stress free too, because this particular journey brings a lot of stress. You need to secure one position among 150 seats, so it's really very tough, and making it really huge. All India rank 50, sir. What was the environment at the home? How were you supporting your kid? I mean, I would like to know about you as well as your madam as well, how both of you were supporting him during this particular journey.
Yeah, so it was slightly different for us. Me and my wife, both of us are doctors, so we're not really familiar with the commerce stream and not very familiar with the management stream either. So our job was not so much of the technical advice, but just maintaining a calm environment at home and keeping him comfortable, taking care of all his needs, and yeah, just helping him to stay focused. Jonathan is a child with many gifts. He's involved with sports and music and a lot of things, but uh, he was good enough to be able to be focused when it mattered in his preparations, and we just helped him to do that.
So, Jonathan, would this have been possible without the help of Supergrads mentors and all? How was your journey in Supergrads? Would like to know.
Yeah, they definitely helped a lot and played a huge role in my IPM preparation. And particularly at certain points where I was feeling that my preparation wasn't enough or I was quite unsure, and I reached out to them. They helped me quite a bit, specifically with addressing whatever issues I had at that point of time, so that I can set my eyes back on the goal and work towards that.
It's a huge moment not only for you but for them as well. If you can name some of the mentors that have actually helped you in this particular journey, and how were they helpful? If you can throw some light, yeah.
Yeah, so throughout the journey, when I was doing the mock exams, I used to keep connecting with Anil sir. I'd let him know what my mock scores were, and he'd give me any advice or any motivation I needed at that point in time. So he was really helpful in that regard. And also, the day before my IPMAT Indore exam, I was a little worried about the VARC section because my scores hadn't been that good in the mocks that I'd done the days before. So I reached out to Brindagar ma'am, and I asked her for some advice, and she was really helpful at that point in time. She asked me to call her, and I had a one-on-one chat with her for nearly 20 minutes the day before the exam, and that helped a huge. It helped a lot, and finally in the exam, I was able to do the best in the VARC section. So
Great.
that helped out a lot.
So
Can I
before this
also add
interview, we
one
were
thing?
having. Yeah, yeah. Please add. Please, Jacob, sir. Yeah.
I just want to say a thank you to Mr. Nilesh also. He was our point of contact
Okay.
after he joined the program. And right through the year, I don't know from where he would find out Jonathan's course, and he would send a congratulatory message or an encouragement message. And I just want to appreciate that also. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Certainly, I think this should go to Nilesh as well. And Jonathan, I would like to know that Brinda Garg ma'am actually became the savior at the last moment. You're clearly mentioning that the mock scores were dipping down before the examination. She came out as a
Yeah,
savior, had an interaction with you for 20 odd minutes. So that's a magic thing that's
yeah,
actually happening, right? When you do
yeah,
something of this sort, and you mentioned clearly that VA was not your cup of tea, rather quant was, right? And I think, yeah,
yeah.
kudos to Brinda ma'am for this particular part. But would like to also understand, how was which was your lowest point during this particular journey, and how did you actually come out of that part? Should I repeat this particular question? So I am repeating this particular question. Which was a low point for you in this particular entire journey, and how do you actually come out of that particular
I
part?
would say the lowest point was probably a a few months before my 12th standard board exams, where I was struggling a little bit to balance the studies along with other activities, as well as my preparation for IPMAT, because my day was packed with a lot of things. And at times I would feel that it was too much. But I found that it was helpful to create a schedule and kind of plan out the entire day. And then obviously, my parents and even grandparents were very helpful in giving me support throughout the journey, and that kind of gave me the motivation to get back on track.
Jacob, sir, I would like to ask you, it's very, very important to have a conducive environment within the family for this kind of preparation because, thousands of students are writing this particular examination and getting all India rank 50 is very, very, niche of the things that actually happen, And like to ask you, how did you maintain that stress-free environment at the home, or was the stress there or not? Yeah,
There was a little bit of stress. I think every parent goes through a little bit of stress
right.
because you want your child to do well.
Yeah.
You want your child to be the best they can be, and that was our aim as parents. And I think my wife did a stellar job in keeping everything, getting things organized at home. We are both working parents, so it's not very easy. But yeah, she would make sure that everything was taken care of, so he was not distracted. And yeah, we wanted him to remain calm, have his free time, leisure time, as well as study. And that's what we did. We just stuck to a very simple thing. We are in a small city, so there were not so many other distractions. But yeah, we just tried to do our best to support him whatever he needed, we tried to give him. That's what we did.
And there was a revelation just before this particular interview in front of me that, you know, Jonathan had scored 198 marks, below 200. Despite that, he got All India rank 50. So I think Supergrads may have played a huge role in the interview segment to pull you back into the track.
Yeah.
So, how did Supergrads team help you in the interview segment?
Yeah, they definitely helped a lot, because I didn't quite know how to even start going about my interview preparation. But just joining the admit shop batch, all the different teachers, they gave us a proper guideline on how to go about doing things, and we were even assigned mentors
Right.
from students who are in IIM right now. So they shared their own experiences and gave us very critical information that helped us to prepare to the best of our ability. And even certain things that I never even thought could be asked for an interview, they pointed that out, and it even come in the interview finally. So all those small things played a huge role in doing well in that interview.
Students may not be knowing that, actually Jonathan is sitting far away from Bhopal. So we are sitting in Bhopal and he is in Tiruvalla, Kerala. So somebody making it huge. So, now there are no boundaries, as they say. Students need to travel and everything. He was an online student for 1 year. He managed 12th and boards very effectively. I would like to ask him, what recipe did he use? Because, many of the students are right now going to prepare for boards and IPM together. So they'll have this particular thing for them. It's going to be there for them. So if you can help them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew that I wouldn't be able to just give up my board exams to prepare for IPMAT, because the board marks are something which the colleges take into consideration when looking at our profile per se. So I knew that I'd have to work hard for that as well. So I just thought that creating a schedule, making sure that I cover all the bases, and doing not leaving behind anything is what helps a lot, and then staying consistent as well.
So I think consistency is the key being told by almost every student. Now, over to you, Jacob, sir. Would like to ask, a lot of parents are listening to you right now because, they want their children to be successful next year. What advice would you be giving to those parents from this particular dice?
I think there is a lot of talk about children who think that the best thing to do is to take a year's drop and prepare. But I have heard you also say this, as well as I strongly believe that don't worry about the following year. You do the best you can in this year. If you don't get in, then the next best option can be looked at. A lot of people give up saying that I cannot handle both the 12th standard exams. And like he said, uh, I mean, the children are not only applying for Indore. There are other IIMs also they are applying for, and many of them do give weightage to the 10th and 12th marks. So it is important. Now, for example, my son was studying in ISC, not CBSE or State Board, and it is one of the difficult boards, and he had to really work hard to get good marks in that, because that would have also mattered. And you can do both. I mean, of course, consistency is the key. You need to be regular in your work. You cannot do it in just a few weeks. You have to be consistent.
Something interesting came out from this particular discussion. You told me that you have heard me saying something on the drop lines, right? So were you following us on the YouTube as a parent? I just wanted to ask you this.
Yes, so I've subscribed to you individually. Not,
Okay.
I mean, that's other than son, and I regularly follow what is happening, because I had told my son, you just worry about your exams, and if there's anything important, I will let you know. That you learn, especially for parents like us who are not in this field, we really don't know what's happening, and
Right.
it is these YouTube channels that give us information and give us even. I'm telling you, I followed every ranking yours for all the colleges to apply to, and
Okay.
which one to keep on top and why, because we don't know which is
What's
why one is
happening?
better than the other. And when you look at the multiple things and you give a update every time a new program comes into being, that's really critical for parents like us. So I have followed it regularly, and that has been very useful for for
It's
us.
great
Thank
to
you.
know that parents are being so vigilant and following the information and everything for for their wards currently, and wards are getting help with that particular part. Now, last question of this particular interview. It was a fantastic interview, but would like to ask Jonathan. It's your moral responsibility that next batch now gets something from you. Okay, so the one most critical advice that you would like to give to the students, and that's going to be really helpful for them. Just think about it. You can take a pause and then give the advice to the students now.
Yeah, I just want to say that there are many times where you feel like giving up, and you could feel like putting it off for another year, or you could feel like saying, "This is not for me." There are very few seats, and I don't have it in me to reach that level. And I would just like to say to every student who's aspiring to do their best in the IPMAT exam, to just believe in themselves, to keep working hard and not worry about the result. Just focus on the process. And then once the result comes out, then you can worry about it. And yeah, that is what I'd like to say.
Great interview. Already a rank 50 suggesting students, and don't focus on results, but on the process. Yes, I think that's the key. And that's the note on which we are going to end this particular interview. But it's a big takeaway for everyone who's listening to us right now. It's the process, it's the journey. It's not the outcome that you need to focus on. Thank you, everyone, for watching us. Thank you, Jacob, sir. Thank you, Jonathan, for making and taking out time from their busy schedules for us.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. I just want to say again that we are grateful to Supergrads for all the help and support. You've been a big blessing and a big strength for my child during this year, which was a stressful year, and you do deserve a lot of credit for what he has been able to do. So thank you once
Thank you.
again. We are
Thanks a
really
lot.
grateful.
Thanks a lot from
Thank
the
you.
core
Thank
of
you.
our hearts.